Here at the House of Blues with Tim from Clutch, playing tonight on tour in the United States, East Coast, and headed for Europe. Tim, thanks for doing the interview. I'm going to keep it fairly short and concise. And Clutch has a long history. We can't go through all of it, but how did you get started, in what city, and what was the first show you played? Do you remember that?
Well,
You can take this.
well, we got started in Maryland, basically Gaithersburg, Maryland, and the first show we ever played was in Washington, D.C. at Fort Reno Park. It was a free show, and it was awesome. That was our first show.
Cool.
August 1992.
August 1992. All right. Well,
The Wikipedia is wrong. Whatever it says on Wikipedia is completely wrong. The band started in August 1992. I mean 91. I'm wrong right there. 91.
well,
It says 90 on Wikipedia.
I don't read Wikipedia. I'm kind of old school, so I don't pay attention to it because it is wrong half the time.
Yeah, exactly.
So, Earth Rockers, great new album, great guitar, vocals, rhythm section. What is more difficult, to put together an album and release it as a CD, or to go on a tour like this? And what's more fun?
Honestly, going on tour is much more fun than recording an album for me personally. Yeah. What was the first part of the question? I already forgot.
That the Earth Rockers is such a great new CD, and putting that together. It's out in store now. We played it for a couple weeks on the radio station, and love it. It's difficult to say your music gets better as it goes along, because in some ways I think it does, but you started off sounding so great that it's hard to, you can't one-up everything, right? Like, you invented the wheel, and there it is. So
Okay.
has it been difficult to maintain a band like this since the early 90s, or is everybody just friends and things have kind of worked out organically?
Well, it was definitely a little more difficult earlier on when we had to do van tours and then come home with no money whatsoever. But I guess over the course of time, it just got to the point where it was too late for us to quit. We just kind of had to keep going. So at this point, I think things are better than ever as far as the band goes. So that's definitely a blessing to feel like I'm, starting to get my life together in my mid-40s. Started to, anyway.
There's always a starting point.
Exactly.
All right.
That's how I feel about it.
Well, that makes sense to me. Okay, what do you think about I just read Neil Young's book, and in a lot of it he's complaining about how things sound now versus analog, and he's trying to, I don't know, he's got some crazy idea about bringing back sounds. What do you think of the new ways of recording versus the old, and are you still able to get the sound you want out of digital recording, or do you have to use some aspects of analog? How does that work?
Well, I'm not afraid of digital recording at all. I mean, obviously, recording straight to tape has its merits and sounds completely amazing and classic. But, I mean, it's 2013, and that's really kind of hard to do these days. It's a lot easier to do it on a computer. I feel like I am definitely able to get the guitar tone that's coming out of my amp on a computer, so I don't really feel like going back to analog is necessarily the way for everybody, but if people want to do it, that's a great idea. But as far as Earth Rocker goes, I had no problem getting what I think sounds like a classic rock sounding guitar tone, on digital.
Yeah, I can't tell the difference.
Yeah, exactly.
And maybe most people can't.
Yeah, I mean, it's really all about, your guitar and your amp, mostly, Of course, there's some guitarists that'll just record with, plug-ins, fake amps, fake cabinets, but, I use real cabinets and a real guitar. I think that's a lot of what you're hearing on, you know, digital recordings, that the bands themselves aren't actually using an amp. They're using a digital plug-in instead of an amp, you know. But I use amps.
Okay. Well, one of my favorite songs that you guys have done, besides Abe Lincoln, of course, is 50,000 Unstoppable Watts. Do I have that title correct? Or is it 50 million?
It's 50,000.
50,000. It should be million by the sound of that, but when your singer says, I think it's anthrax, ham radio, and liquor, what you got going on your guitar at that point is amazing. I mean, all the songs, the guitar is amazing, but that stands out there. Do you have favorite songs that you guys have done that you like to play more than others? Like tonight, how do you pick the songs that you're going to play tonight from your vast catalog?
Well, each one of us makes a different set list each night, so we just kind of randomly throw songs out there. Our sets change up every night, and we never know what we're going to play.
So that keeps it fun.
Yeah. We usually know what the set list is going to be probably about an hour or two before the show actually happens.
And you're well versed enough where you can remember every single song you've ever done, or are there songs that don't make it onto the list anymore?
I'd probably say about 90% of our songs don't make it onto the list anymore. So there's kind of a relatively small amount of songs we actually do play. I mean, we do have about 150 songs, so
Yeah, a large
probably
catalog.
about 50 of them.
Well, personally, I put you guys in my 10 favorite bands of any band that has existed in the last 20 years.
Awesome.
I got you up there with, I got Clutch, I got Dinosaur Jr., I got Napalm Death, I got Fugazi, I've got Dinosaur Jr.,
Again?
NoFX, Cracker, Bad Brains, and Agent Orange. How do you feel? You feel you're in good company there?
Yeah, I could live with that list. Any list with Napalm Death and Fugazi and Clutch is all right with me.
There you go. Well, you guys have had an amazing career, and it's great to see you in town again. What do you think of the making videos to go along with your music? I don't even know if you guys have ever made videos or not.
Yeah, we've done some videos for sure. You know, we've really had a struggle with getting our whole visual side pushed to the forefront, whatever that means. But hopefully we'll be able to do a real video for Earth Rocker. Not the song Earth Rocker, but one of the songs off the album sometime this summer. Yeah, we wish we could do more videos. We have a couple videos that I think are good. I think the Burning Beard video is pretty good. I think the Showman Named Marcus video is really good, but that was made 20 years ago at least. So, yeah, as far as videos go, we definitely have a long way to go.
Well, I'll have to check out a couple of your videos. I've always just thought,
There's a video for 50,000 watts, too.
oh well, I'll make that the first one I view. I always thought your music spoke so well on its own that I kind of didn't need a little movie to go along with it. But since I find you guys such an interesting band, I imagine you've probably created a few interesting videos. So we'll definitely check that out.
There are definitely a few pretty decent videos, but you know, most of the time when we were going to do a video in the past, we were looking for directors. Every single director always just wanted to do the exact same video. I guess all people hear when they hear our music is fast cars, and they just want girls in the video. So that's pretty much why we're never able to find a great director. We used a couple good directors for those videos, but usually when we were looking to do a video, that's what everyone always wanted to do, and it was something we weren't interested in. So we made the Earth Rocker video, just like cars and girls. The Earth Rocker lyric video.
Sounds good. Well, I'll definitely check out at least 50,000 watts. Now, Weathermaker Music, is this something you guys came up with on your own to put out your own music? Because it seems like you guys have done things your way. Maybe not in such a selfish, like me, I'm good, but just the way you thought it should be, music should be put out and how you should play. It's where the whole Weathermaker thing kind of came into production.
Well, we just kind of got sick of being on labels. We put out 3 albums on this label called DRT, and that whole thing was a complete disaster, and it just got to the point where we just had to start doing it on our own, and that's what we decided to do. We've been doing it ever since. It was probably the best decision we've ever made.
Yeah, excellent. And I love the name Weathermaker, too. Just somehow fits right in with you guys, because I think with your sound, you're almost creating weather. I truly believe that. When music moves me like that, it's like a front coming through. So whatever you've been doing, keep it up, man.
Awesome, thanks.
And how about, let me give you a couple things. Tell me what you prefer, pizza or shrimp?
Pizza.
Thank you very much. Jeez, I don't know who is eating shrimp out there. Chicago or Las Vegas?
Vegas.
Oh well, nothing can be perfect. Limeade or Red Bull?
What is limeade?
Limeade's like lemonade, but with limes.
Oh. It's not, okay, it's not like a brand of drink.
No.
Just like old school limeade?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take limeade.
Thank you. There's some normalcy left in the world. Mad Max versus Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction.
Okay, and Abe Lincoln versus George W. Bush.
In what way?
As who was a better president?
I wasn't around during Lincoln's presidency, so I can't really comment on that.
From what you know, if you had to go out on the edge and go, I'm guessing in history this guy was a better president.
Yeah, probably Lincoln.
Okay.
But I know nothing about politics.
Okay, that's fine. All right, well, I think whatever happens tonight is going to be spectacular, at least. You got a couple good bands opening for you. Did you bring one of them down from your area in the Northeast? The first band? I haven't heard yet.
Yeah, the first band is called Lioness.
And they're from your area?
They are definitely from our area, for sure. They've been around for a long time. We've taken them on tour a few times.
Oh, okay. Well, my fault. I probably should have heard of them before. Anyway, Tim from Clutch, thank you very much for joining us. We're going to play this on the radio along with some selections from Earth Rocker. And you remain one of my 10 favorite bands of the last 20 years and probably one of my 20 favorite bands of all time. So whatever formula you guys have found, and in fact we'll end on this, what do you think are all the factors that have come together with you guys, your music, your tour, your albums, to enable you to have this long-lasting, and it still seems like you're in a good mood and having fun? What all has come together? What do you attribute this to?
I think I would just attribute it to not quitting. You know, I mean, if you're in a band and you play music, it's pretty easy to quit because there's a lot of factors that cannot be fun when you're a young band on tour. But I think not quitting is the secret.
I can't think of a better answer. We'll leave it at that. Tim from Clutch, thanks a lot. Good luck tonight. I'm sure it shows at the House of Blues always sound very good. So thanks a lot for your time. Appreciate it.
Cool. Thanks a lot for having me.
Yep. All right.
That was awesome. That was great. I'm sorry.
I'm not
to
60
laugh at the
minutes.
shrimp
You know,
thing.
I tried.
Well, it was good. The shrimp question was my favorite.
Well,
Who's eating shrimp out there? He was so glad when he heard that you like pizza. So he said, what's wrong with shrimp? I love shrimp.